Hello, my name is Fiona Stanton from Papercraft. I just going to do a video on how I made an altered tin. Stampin' Up have put out these circular tins. They're almost the size of Werther's toffees, if you ever remembered those. They're quite the size of a travel sweet tin, if you're old enough to ever have had those. They're really quite substantial. They're quite big. Made out of tin with this cutaway inside. You get four in your order for £11.25. I just wanted to show you how I decorated them up to make an altered tin. So this is using the Snowflake Splendor suite mainly. There's a few other bits and pieces, but mainly that. Oh, just twisted that up. So I just wanted to show you how I did that. This is how the tins start off. They're stainless steel. It just pulls off. They're like what I would call Werther's tins, and you've got this window in the middle. So what I've done first of all to do the top, so I've got this piece of cardstock which I've cut. It's 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, which is roughly 4 inches by 4 inches, and I've scored what I've actually cut in the middle to get the central point. Because the largest layering circle die, straight edge, will die cut out the center to perfectly match the inside that circular. So I'm going to do the straight edge because I think it'll look a bit odd with the scalloped edge. I was thinking about it then for a minute, but I did it straight before, so I'll do it straight now. The new Stampin' Up die cut machine is coming out shortly. I'm still using my snap machine. So this will, I've got the central point there so I can judge, hopefully, that the die is central. I'll just take that down and I'm just going to whiz that through. And you get this lovely little circle which you could use for something else, whatever it is that you want to use it for. So let me just put my die away. I'm paranoid about losing my dies, so I always tidy up as I go along. Saves time at the end. I know you all like to have a craft and mess, but you know. So as you can see, that fits snugly on there, around there. So I'm going to get some tape. I find that tape works better on this. You do need to put it in little bits to go around. And then I'm just going to get a pair of scissors. I've done it quite roughly. Anything I'm not happy about, I'll just go over and smooth up. I think what I did with that one actually was just do a section because the tape is actually bigger than the ribbon. So I'll just do a little section there. What I did with the other one as well is that I did actually have a piece of designer series paper underneath, but I'm not going to do it with this one. I just figured it was a bit of a waste, that was all. So you can't really see it that well. Bear with me, bows aren't my specialty, I have to say. I always struggle doing bows. If you know a quick and easy way of doing bows, let me know below, because that's not too bad. I never get the tails in the right position. Always one on one side and one on the other side. Okay. That's going to be quite long, but hey ho. And then just using a bit of tape on the back. Which side? Gosh, I'm fussing over what side to put it on. Now, if your tape is too big for the ribbon or the piece of what you're doing, just before you stick it down, just push the excess that's going to be seen out of the way, because you don't want it sticking on things. Which way do I want the tails? I'll put it flat on there. So yeah, I think I'll do the tails that way. So we know now that's going to be our top of the tin, like that. So that's that part of the tin done. So I've got these two bits of cardstock. Now one is bigger than the other, which will go inside. One is 7/8 of an inch, which is this one, and the other one is 1 inch. I'm just going to put some tape on this. And I'm going to line up to the bottom of the tin to make sure it doesn't get in the way of the lid going on and off. I mean, realistically, it's a decorative piece, so I'm not going to be opening it too much. And I showed my husband these. He said, "Oh, that would go nice with the Ferrero Rocher." And I was like, not the idea really, but hey ho. So again, take your time to get it lined up. Okay, and then the inside piece as well. So I've done the same. This is all from the Snowflake, oh, what did I do that for? Snowflake Splendor designer series paper. So this is a thicker piece. I've put that a bit, you have to be careful with tearing tape. I've curled it because I've put it on a bit too tight, but it should be fine. So this is going to go on the inside. It's a little bit fiddly. What you could do is circular it up away and get one bit pushed down, and then the other bit that hasn't worked, and just push it around. Use your fingers and your thumbnails, they're very useful. I should have tried to do it so it's, actually you won't be able to tell. I was going to say I should have tried to do it so the join on the inside was the same place as the join on the outside. There we go. Okay, so that's that. But I'm not too worried because you're not going to see it too much on the inside. We're going to have other things to decorate it with. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to put some gems on there. So these are the blue adhesive back gems, again from the, most of this stuff is from the autumn winter catalogue. So I'm going to just tip that up. My pokey tool. What did I do? I did a mixture. Okay. Actually, I might do a mixture of big and small. And this will just cover up the gap in the designer series paper there. I'm going to do a mixture of big and small with this one. The other one I did all one size. Oh, I might do another big one. Okay, so we've got those gems on there, and then that lid will just fit there. Now I might need to put a bit more tape around on that. I think with the other one it doesn't slip so much because there's designer series paper underneath it, but that one I might need to have a look at. There, right. So I drew, this is the blue glimmer paper. I'll give you its proper name. Just called Baby Blue Glimmer Paper, and it's from the autumn winter August to December catalogue. Now what I did, I drew around the bottom and I cut it out. I'm not going to get that, but I cut it out well within the line from what I drew around. So just put your tin on the card, draw around it and cut. There isn't a window sheet that will fit, so I'm just going to add some tape to the bottom, and then we can glue that in. So it's not a perfect circle, you can see, but it won't make that much difference now that it's in. Anything that's poking, just go around with your finger, use your thumbnail, your fingernail, whatever, just to slot it in. Now that's in. I think that looks a nice little bottom to it. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll cut out this big, so this is the Snowflake Wishes and so many Snowflakes dies. This comes as a bundle. So I'm going to die cut out this big one. I'll do it this way because then I can actually see. There we go. So what we do then, there's a will, there's a way, is we are going to add some foam pads to the back of that. Okay. I'll tell you how I did it because I didn't know which ones stamped and die cut and which ones are just die cut, just stamped, sorry. Not all the stamps in the stamp set have a corresponding die. So what I'm going to do is actually die cut them out first. It's quite right. What I'm going to do with these three is I'm going to add some glitter. Now what I should have done, and what I said to myself last time, is that I should really use some the self-adhesive sheets, which are these double-sided sheets, so you could add them onto the back of your cardstock, die cut it out, take the backing off, and you've got one side that's completely sticky. But I didn't, I forgot again. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the Tombow glue on the back of my hand and just dab these in, and then I'm going to sprinkle glitter. I won't get as much glitter on as I would with an adhesive sheet like this, but that's because I forgot to do it because I'm silly. I'll put the adhesive sheets down in the product list below anyway, so you can see what I would have used if I had my brain cell engaged. I'm now going to stamp these stamps on. So I just need to be careful and look to see which ones go with which one. do you think? I think that one goes with that one. Yeah. So it's a little bit tricky. So I'm going to stamp this one in a balmy blue, which corresponds to the cardstock. The cardstock's balmy blue as well. And what I'll do actually, do it that way. There we go. It's not perfect, but it will do. We can always hide the bit that doesn't come up. Okay, that's fine. And then, like I said, I'm going to use Highland Heather, but I'm going to stamp it out twice. Just stamp it out twice, and that will just, okay, not perfect, but will do. There we go. And then the small itty bitty one. The small itty bitty one. So, what I've used to hold the snowflakes up inside is I've used a little bit of window sheet. What I'm going to do first of all is put a gem on the inside of that one, just the blue ones. So you need to think about how you're going to place it. Make sure you know which way you got. Remember, you got your gems up to show you where the top is. So I know I'm going to have that greeting nose there. So I kind of want one there, and maybe one coming from there. So just cut. Doesn't have to be very neat. Just a strip of window sheet. I know you can't see this very well. Bend it in half, and then we're going to put tape on the inside of the bendy bit there. And then tape, actually that needs to just be reduced, this doesn't have to be very big at all, you see, on that bit. Okay. Any excess tape just fold over like we discussed before. And then same with that bit. And then that just goes, just hold snowflake there. Probably need to make sure that's well and truly a right angle bend there. Just make sure it's got the support. And then just pop it where you want it. Oh, so I'm going to have mine. It's a little bit fiddly. That's a bit too low for me. There we go. And that will just hold it in place like that. And we'll do the same with that one. Think about where we're going to put that one. Think about whether you want one higher or lower. And obviously, because it's a window sheet, you won't be able to see that it's there. I'll put that one on. Probably still a bit drying from the glitter, But hey ho. And that one can go there. Okay. There we go. So that when we put the lid on, we can see them, and we can put the greetings around that side, and we know what we're doing. So it's on. This is right central. Actually, let me see how. Let's just cut a little bit off. It's all done a little bit by eye, not exact measurements. It's going to just depend on the size of your greeting, and where you want to place it, how you want your tin to look. So that's why I've not really given too much information about size of the label. As long as it's one to fit on the Lovely Like You punch, it needs to be 1 inch wide for the widest label. I see, I might even cut a bit more off, because that is, there we go. So I didn't stamp that one off, which I should have, but I forgot. So I'm going to just, this is where it all goes pear-shaped, and I shouldn't have done that, isn't it? Fingers crossed. There we go, that's fine. Perfect. I know you can probably make something like, now that's dried, I'm just going to bend it slightly with my fingers just to give it a bit of a curve, and then we can start decorating it. And what I did do, just to go around the edge, just to bring in the other colour, let's just go around with seaside foam around the edge, just to take some of the sharpness of the white off, just with a sponge, just very quickly like that. That takes some of the whiteness off. My children are having a bath, by the way. They've been in the swimming pool. As you can tell, it's August when I'm doing this. So excuse my children. I'm just going to use foam pads just to do this. Just pop that like that. There we go. Okay, so that's that aspect, and then it's just a task of just layering things up, really. Don't need to be too fussy about where things are. I never am. Let's just slip that one. There we go. And we got this one. I think we put that one there. That one needs some glue rather than anything else. Actually, I might put that one over there. No, I won't. Can't decide what I'm doing. I'm using glue. I wouldn't use glue on the metal bit, but because I'm sticking this onto another paper element, I can. So I'm just going to stick it there, because it's already got paper there. It will hold it. And the same with this one. It's just because these needed a bit more dry, to be honest. It's just because they're fiddly. We don't like fiddly. And a little bit of tape on that bit. And that can go Actually, I might use, changing my mind. Who would have thought it? Use a little foam pad. Oh, just raise that one up. Okay, and then we're just going to add some of these gems on. These little gems. Like that. Right, just those gems there. Let's put those away. And then last thing we've got, these are the little glitter star ornaments. These actually aren't from the Snowflake Splendor suite. They're from earlier on in the catalogue. I'm just going to snip the ribbon off. I don't want the ribbon. And then just use a glue dot, if I can find my glue dots, to add this on to the corner. If you're not sure about it sticking, take two, and that can just go there. Okay, needs another dot, doesn't it? I might add a silver dot. Threes, always do things in threes. Right, so let me just push all that out of the way. Put this on. The only thing I need to think about is that ribbon, but I don't think it's going to come off because we've got everything else kind of labelled up onto it. Making sure the bow lines up with those, so we know that's the kind of the top. And those are my two tins.